I wanted to talk to you today about the resistance that might come up when you start to do these spiritual practices like meditation that require you to sit in stillness and sit in silence. It can be very difficult to sit in silence, especially in our society where we are bombarded by distractions. We're always around noise. And even background noise can be an unintentional distraction. So there are times where it can cause a lot of anxiety for people to sit in silence because they're not used to it. And I remember growing up, there was always some kind of background noise on, even while I was sleeping. I'd have the radio on, or I'd fall asleep in front of the TV. So I wasn't necessarily used to that silence. And I grew up in a place where there was a lot of nature around me, and nature tends to be very loud with all the birds and the crickets and what have you going on. And I didn't grow up learning to sit in silence. I don't think a lot of us did. And another thing that can happen when we sit in silence, in fact, I can almost guarantee you that it will happen, is a lot of thoughts come up, and some of them might be negative. They might be replaying old arguments or old resentments, or what should I have done? What could I have done? And that can also bring up a lot of emotions that are very heavy and very hard to deal with. So what I would suggest is, if this is you, if it's just a matter of thoughts coming up, then I would encourage you to just sit with that. But if it's difficult emotions that are really hard to deal with in the moment, then I would recommend putting the spiritual practice aside for right now, just until you can take care of yourself and start to take care of your own emotional well-being. Practice some self-care. Have compassion for yourself. And then go back to those practices. And after a while, the resistance might start to, in fact, it will start to dissipate. And yes, you will have days where it feels like it hasn't. But if you stick with it, the benefits of sitting with silence, sitting in stillness, can outweigh any discomfort that you might feel. I hope that this helped you in some way. I'm sending you so much love and many blessings.